Hello again. You know, a wise man once said to me, "Get the fuck off those train tracks, you lunatic." But I digress. Since my last Q&A video about my upcoming novel Mogworld, published by Dark Horse Books, etc., a few more questions have arisen, so I thought I'd better post a follow-up. Now, these questions were all asked by more than one person, so rather than quote any specific examples, I'm just going to standardize them and attribute them to 17th century Scandinavian poets. Ludwig Holberg asks if this thing I was holding up was actually a copy of the book. No, it wasn't. The book's not this thin. I wish it were. It would have been a lot easier to write. This is just a signing card from when I was at the GameX convention at Philadelphia. I actually enjoyed that convention. I tend to be a bit uneasy around people who recognize me off the internet, but when I am actually sitting behind a table and specifically there to meet these people, then they're a lot easier to deal with. More so than when they stop me in the street and want to gush at me for a few minutes. I think Philadelphia really helped me figure out how to deal with the slightly more enthusiastic viewer. Georg Steenhelm asks if Mogworld will be available in his local book retailer. Well, the official retail release is August 18th, so whether or not a retailer will be stocking it is completely in their hands. The best way to find out is to go to your local book retailer and ask them if they will be stocking the smash hit debut novel Mogworld by internet sensation Yahtzee Croshaw. In fact, use those exact words. Anders Boarding persistently asks if I'm going to do an audiobook version read by me in a very fast voice. Ha ha, comedy. Well, as I said, we're concentrating on the print version for now, but I guess there's no reason why not. I could record it chapter by chapter and stick it on iTunes if you really want me to. I mean, sorry I didn't realize so many of you had learning difficulties. Or visual impairments that are no fault of your own. Johan Runius asks if I'll be doing any signing events. Only one is planned at present. We're probably going to do something at the Manor Bar, which is the venue I co-own here in Brisbane. As for anywhere else, dunno. My schedule's not very flexible at present. I guess it depends if it does really well. I mean, if it turns into an international super hit, then sure, why not? Lars Vivalius asks if I have any sequels in mind, which is rather jumping the gun a bit. Mogworld itself does not leave itself open to sequels, I'll say that now. I am planning a second book, though. It's tangentially connected to Mogworld, and beyond that I don't really want to say any more. You know what, how about finding out if you like the first book before you start thinking about subscriptions? Dorothea Engelbrettsdatter wants to know if I was ripping on Terry Pratchett last week. No, calm down, I was not blaspheming your idol and God. I was just saying it was stupid of me not to broaden my horizons. I like Terry Pratchett. On and off. Gunno Aurelius Dahlstjerna asks if I've ever read a webcomic called Looking for Group, which is apparently about an undead mage in a World of Warcraft-inspired fantasy world. Well, I took a quick look at it, and I can assure you that my story about an undead mage in a World of Warcraft-inspired fantasy world is completely different. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Hopefully, if you have any further questions, they can be answered just by ordering the book. So let's leave things with a complete change of mood.